your wisdom and goodness have appointed the officers of leaders and the county assemblies for the welfare of the society and the just government of the people. We beseech you to behold with your abundant favor as your servants, whom you have been pleased to call to the importance of important trusts in the countries. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and a faithful manner as to promote your honor and glory and of our county and of those whose interests you have committed to our church. Amen. First and foremost, let me apologize on behalf of the county assembly. We were slated to start our exercise by 8. Unfortunately, by the rule of the house, we did not have the quorum. So we have to admit that. These are some of the issues guided by law, principles, and so we need to adhere the practice of the house and the requirement of law. That is actually what necessitated our delay. So we apologize. I hope our apologies properly taken. Now, is there any apology from members of the county assembly? One, a vice chair is on official duty. Mheshimiwa Miki, and I think some are on the way coming from meeting the governor. Some of the members were also meeting the governor. Now we want to, we are doing the Auditor General's report on Ojola Hospital for the financial year 2021, 2022, and 2022, 2023. Would you please now adopt our agenda?
I propose. Thank you.
Proposed by Honorable James Omolo. Seconded by Honorable Matara. Thank you. Now we are doing the introduction. Chair, Picpac County Assembly of Kisumu, Honorable Ken Ouko, MCA West Kisumu Ward. Thank you.
I'm Honorable James Ochengo Molo. I represent West Nyakach Ward, a member of this committee.
Mheshimiwa Nancy Matara Ochieng, a member of this committee.
Back to the Secretariat.
Austin Ochieng, Committee Clerk.
Chris Oguta, Clerk Assistant, the committee.
Patrick Okoyo, Answered Officer.
Back to the Office of the Auditor General.
I am Chuta Kipkoech from the Office of the Auditor General.
Abraham Osuto, Office of the Auditor General.
Back to the accounting officers.
I'm Enoch Moseti, Facility in charge of Ojola Sub-County Hospital.
I'm Adeline Vera, Health Administrator, Ojola Sub-County Hospital.
Okay. Sergeant Atam, could you please approach the chair for administration of oath to the hospital superintendent?
I, Enoch Moseti Ouko, do solemnly and sincerely swear that every word that I shall utter before the Public Accounts and Investment Committee is the truth and nothing but the truth, and that every statement and declarations that I shall make shall be made conscientiously, believing the same to be true and according to the oaths and the Statutory Declarations Act. So help me God.
Thank you. Let me remind you that the Hansard is on for the record purpose. We must also confirm to you that we are on air throughout the world. From there, may I confirm from the office of the clerk whether they got responses from the accounting officers in time?
I confirm that Ojola Hospital responded in time. Chairman, thank you.
Thank you. May I confirm from the office of the Data General, whether they got responses from the accounting officers in time?
I confirm we received the responses from Ojora Level Hospital for the 2 financial years under review. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And let me give some guidance. We realize most of the issues in 2021, 2022 are repeating themselves in 2020, 2021, 2022 financial statement and 2022, 2023 financial statement. Most of the issues flagged by the audit are repeating itself. So we are going to select a few ones in 2021, 2022, then deal with others too in 2022, 2023. So in 2021, on financial management, we are going to deal with question 3, failure to implement e-procurement system. That is question 3. On the same question 4, unsupported procurement of goods and services. Now, on report on effectiveness of internal control and risk management and governance. Report on effectiveness of internal control and risk management and governance. Question 1, internal control weaknesses in the revenue collection system. Just as I said, some of the issues flagged by the Auditor General are repeating themselves in 2022, 2023. Some of the questions we are going to handle in 2022, 2023 financial statement. Yeah, so when we get to 2021, 2022, 2023, we are going also to direct on which questions to start with. Now back to the Auditor General. You can start with your questions. Thank you.
Chair, allow me read the issue number 3, failure to implement e-procurement system. Executive Order number 2 of 2018 states that effective from 1st of July 2018, all public procuring entities shall maintain and continuously update and publicize through the websites of the public procuring entity, e-citizen, public procurement regulatory authority platforms, public notice boards, and all official government publications a complete information of all tenders awarded. They were also required to update and publicize a separate comprehensive list of all registered suppliers, contractors, and consultants in the various specific categories of goods, works, and all services pre-qualified by the procuring entity according to its procurement needs, and consolidate and publicize the information above by 15th day of every subsequent month, outlining the tender and the supplier data for the previous month. However, the few of the platforms mentioned above revealed that the hospital had not implemented a procurement system and had not complied with the requirements of the executive order. In the circumstances, management was in breach of the law, and the value of money and the value for money on the procurement would not be confirmed.
Back to the accounting officers.
Through the chair, we acknowledge the gap, and we are in consultation with the county government how to implement the e-procurement in order to comply with the executive order number 2 of 2018 as required by the law.
Back to the auditors.
Chair, there was no evidence to confirm that the Ochola Level Hospital have implemented the procurement system. So the matter remains unresolved.
Do you have any response in respect to that?
No, sir.
You mean you don't have any communication, any letter to confirm that you communicated to the executive on these issues? Maybe to the department over these issues?
Chair, Ojola Sub-County Hospital is not a procurement entity. Hence, we do our procurement at the central point, that is the Kisumu County Referral Hospital. And of course, they're implementing the e-procurement system. However, we have documents that indicate that the tender process was followed duly, and the suppliers are awarded letters and qualified to supply items to the hospital.
But the superintendent has just confirmed you have communicated some issues to the department. If you are not a procurement entity, it means the law is not applicable to Ojola. And if the law is not applicable, why did you have to contact the department on issues which are not your concern?
Chair, it is by law that we do e-procurement. However, it is centralized at the Kisumu County Referral Hospital. And in consultation with the Department of Procurement at the county level, I believe it's a process that is ongoing, and soon it will be on e-procurement.
Maybe give it to the members.
Chair, thank you. I just want to know, like, you want to procure on behalf of Ojola, then you can only access the e-procurement system at Kisumu County Referral. And yeah, I'm just wondering loud. The process is done. The goods are acquired. How do you do the payments towards that? Because I believe when Kisumu County Referral is doing their own e-procurement, it is on their name, on their vote heads. So how do you go about that?
Through the chair, we do our procurements to the pre-qualified suppliers at the county, Kisumu County District Hospital. However, they are our local suppliers within the community, but they register at the county, KCRH, so they're approved to supply. Then after the qualification award, then we are allowed to procure through them and give payments.
So by an extent, you are a procurement entity. Yeah, that is what we are talking about. Now the law is applicable to you. You have to understand. Yeah, because the moment you are now audited as an entity, you must understand that you must account Where is the district man? You are talking about Kisumu District Hospital. Where is the superintendent in charge of district hospital? Where is the chief officer here? You will never see them here. It's you who will be answerable to all these issues. So the issue of shifting blames to the departments will not come in because you have confirmed that you are also doing your things within the system. So for you, you have to comply. So far, you haven't complied. And there's no document to show that you are making an effort to comply because we have just asked you for a letter. The letter is not there. Or do you have that letter confirming that you are the issue you are required to comply? Unfortunately, the services are being done at the department, and auditing is all about evidence, not hearsay. You have something to say?
No, sir, we don't have a letter.
You don't have a letter?
Yes.
But how do you operate then? How do you expect to answer these questions? Doc, how are you operating? How do you expect to answer these questions? Because you have to come clean on this. And you have to do a letter confirming that it is an issue within the facility and you had to get for some assistance from the department. But without that letter, we consider it did nothing, ignored.
With the chair, what I can say is that we only had this invite to participate in the supplier, in terms of the suppliers awarding of the tenders from the suppliers, which was done in KCRH. And there is a letter of invite that invited the Ojol as an entity to participate in that process. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Member.
Chair, it's not yet clear. I think I just want to ask a very simple question. Has at any time Ojola procured anything, either through KCRH or whatever system you use, and make payments to that? Let's say a bottle of water like this. Have we ever done any procurement and made payment as such so that we know where we are? Because from what you are saying, it seems everything's done at KCRH and they make payments and you just receive, or you are a receiver of goods or services they procure.
Through the chair, Ojola does its own procurement.
Yeah, then they are responsible and they are procuring entity. So anything blaming KCRH or whatever it is null and void. Let us really go to that straight. If they floated the procurement procedures of using, I think the auditor is very clear. They surpassed e-procurement system doing their own things, and I think that is really not in law. So they are really in breach of law, doing procurement outside what should be there by law. Thank you.
You have to acquit yourself with the PMF Act, especially on matters concerning procurement. It's very important that you go through that. As an accounting officer, it is your duty to do that so that you be guided on what you are doing. You don't get into an issue which might bring you into a problem with the law, not with the assembly, but with the law. We are talking about the law. So that is what is there. We are going to make a determination of that when we are writing our reports. And, you know, as we have always been saying, we are guided by law. You can't do anything outside the law. So that is law. You are fighting against the law. Back to the data.
Chair, allow me read issue number 4, unsupported